Hello everyone, in today's Directive Rewards Unlocked, I will be going over the NC6A Godsaw. It's an NC Directive LMG that gets unlocked when you complete the LMG Directive Tree. It's been through a bunch of different iterations and changes since release back in November, but as of I think around February of 2015, it seems like they settled on what it will be. It's probably, it got a huge buff back in February. Really nice gun now. It was almost like a troll gun back when it first was released in November. It was like the gun you'd use to practice your aim. It was just ridiculously hard to use. Now in this video guys, I'll be going over the stats and all the juicy numbers I know you just love, but I'll also be going over my impressions. I know everyone has a different playstyle, but I'll be kind of going over how I like to use the gun, my sort of personal opinions. Alrighty guys, I'm sure you guys know how to read, so I'm not going to go through every single one of these stats, but this gun is still the Elephant launcher, doing 200 damage. You know, the muzzle velocity is a lot faster. It's sort of like a sniper rifle at 670, so I guess you'll be sniping people with elephants. Very strong matchup here. You can pretty much take out anyone at any range. Reload speed is really interesting. The short reload is much longer than the long reload. I typically don't use the long reload, but it does come in handy in those situations where you have to use every single bullet left in your magazine. Now on the left here guys, we have a bunch of scary numbers, but don't be too intimidated. It's just the accuracy and recoil stats. All you really have to know about the recoil of this gun is that the Godsaw has a built-in compensator and forward grip, so it's going to be much more accurate than the default Godsaw. The added bonus, however, is that the compensator does not give you that hipfire penalty, and the attached baked-in high-velocity ammo on the Godsaw also won't cost you any extra recoil, so you get that added bonus without suffering any penalties. One small little bonus is that the ADS accuracy while you're moving is quite a bit better on the Godsaw than compared to the Godsaw. Now you may be wondering, you know, what do the stats mean? How does this gun actually play out? And I can just sort of give you my 2 cents and my impressions of the gun in its current state. I think the weapon personally has become more of an assault weapon. It still has that long range capability, but it's definitely way more versatile now. Straight buff from the original Godsaw, I think it's even better than the Godsaw. Being able to aim down sights and move is definitely a huge buff because, you know, in the old Godsaw, your bullets will pretty much go out everywhere when you start moving. So being able to maintain some level of decent accuracy while you're aiming down sights and your sight strafing, definitely a huge buff. The 65 round magazine does not bother me at all. I hardly ever find the need to you know, use all 100 rounds in my magazine in a single sitting. I don't really believe in suppressive fire in this game. You know, you should shoot to kill, obviously, with this weapon. Now, people are going to argue that this gun is only for medium to long range. I'm going to have to disagree. I definitely think it has viability in the closer ranges. Hipfire is still incredibly shitty, but, you know, it's a little bit better than what it was before. But if you can land a few headshots, man, like this gun will down a lot of enemies really quickly. The 200 damage per bullet, or per elephant I should say, is ridiculously strong in close quarters, especially if you can land those headshots. So I think overall this weapon is a very versatile weapon. So I know a lot of you guys are asking, how should I control this weapon? How do I burst it? Personally, I like to run with around 3 to 5 round bursts, depending on the range, really. Full auto in close quarters, of course. But you'll just notice that the more you burst with this weapon, the more accurate it gets. Obviously, I wouldn't do like single shot. I mean, that just is kind of silly. But yeah, around, I'd say a safe range would be 3 to 5 bullets would be good. As far as unlocking this gun, it did take me a while to get this, guys. Auraxiuming, is that even a word? Auraxiuming 5 LMGs does take a while. I can tell you the 5 I did were the GD22S, Anchor, EM6, NS15, and the Godsaw. I didn't bother with the EM1 or the Godsaw S. Those were the 5 I did. I can't tell you exactly how long it took me, but as sort of reference, what I did on my VS was I started from BR1 and I only used Heavy Assault, and with the mission of unlocking the Beetlejuice, which is their directive LMG, and that I can tell you took from level 1 BR1 to around BR40, and that's just like 90% using the Heavy Assault with LMGs. You know, your number may be different, so don't come back like, oh, you lied to us. You know, I'm sure, you know, there's some discrepancy, but it was around BR40, BR45 that I unlocked the Beetlejuice after using Heavy Assault for the majority of the time. So as far as the Godsaw goes, you know, again, I can't really tell you exactly how long it took me, but I do remember it taking quite a while. Is it worth it? I definitely think it is an interesting gun. Adds a lot of variety to the NC pool. If you're going to be playing the NC heavy a lot, you're going to eventually unlock this gun. It's, you know, I like it. It's definitely one of my top guns that I like to use. I just know that everyone has different priorities as far as this game goes. So I don't want to say, you know, yes, you should spend all your time unlocking this and then you guys are disappointed. However, in my opinion, I do think it is worth it. You know, and worth it meaning you're going to probably unlock this anyways if you play a lot of Heavy Assault. Is it OP? I wouldn't necessarily call it OP. You still have to manage the recoil and burst properly to make this weapon even work. But definitely a solid weapon all around. So with that kind of wraps up my review and short impressions on the Godsaw. Very strong weapon. If you play NC heavy a lot, you know, you may as well just Auraxium the other LMGs in the course of your Planetside career and just get this one. Really, really good. If you have any other questions about the Godsaw that I didn't cover here, please feel free to comment in the comments section below. And as always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to see more of my content, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Alrighty, peace out. Bye.